I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in the South.
Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscape of Scotland here. And today it's a special video because today it's the Kirriemuir Show, which is a local agricultural show here in the area of Kirriemuir, Scotland. And yeah, we're going to be taking the old Power Major today, 1959, and it's a cool unit folks, so yeah, let's get into this adventure. AKR's joining us today on this adventure also, channel historian. He's driving today the 1949 P6 Major, which is a Perkins powered Fordson Major from 1949, factory original. So yeah, it's cool. It's a cool adventure going to a show like this folks, and we're blessed with the good weather, so let's get into it. Right folks, we've now made it to the show field and we're just getting settled in, getting everything sorted out. And I've actually taken off my jersey and one of the coats I was wearing for the trip in because it was freezing cold on the way here. Well, no freezing cold folks, but you know what I mean. It's quite airy when you're sitting out in the open on these old tractors. But it's going to be an absolute corker of a day. And it looks like there's going to be a cool turnout of vintage tractors as well. We've got a lineup of masses here and the old field marshal coming in about. It's a nice bit of kit, a tractor like that. So yeah, we'll see what turns up. It's early times yet folks, we've literally just turned up. It's probably only like 8 AM or like half 8. 8:25 it is, so yeah. Right folks, we're now kicking about at the show and we're just going to take it all in and I'm going to record anything cool that I see when I get a chance to record it. Sometimes at the show, if there's people milling about in that, it's like you can't really record everything, but there's a cool variation of tractors, machinery, vintage tractors and machinery, and even livestock, animals. So we're going to take a look at all that cool stuff, and I'm not even sure what events and that is on in the ring. It looks like there's horses and stuff kicking about over there. But yeah, let's start right here at this Pottinger Top 1403C, which is the biggest grass rake Pottinger makes. Or is it?
Yeah, it's the biggest one in the UK.
It's the biggest one in the UK, folks.
At the moment,
and it's on show at the show here. It's on display here at the Kirriemuir Show 2022. We're right in the heart of farming action once again, and we're going to take a walk around all the stands. But it doesn't look like John Deere or Massey Ferguson or any of these makes have even brought a stand.
Oh, it's a pity.
So yeah, we'll find out folks. We're going to look at everything, like I say. Some of the machines nowadays in the farming game are so big, it's just incredible to see. Right folks, it's early times at the show and we've literally just come to the first stand on this walk around, and already there's been a severe incident here at the show. Somebody's been kicked off their horse and they've been knocked out and they're on the ground, and an ambulance has actually turned up to come and sort them out, but they're still on the ground. So yeah, it's a scary sort of time at a show, something like that. Horses and that, they're dangerous beasts. But yeah, that's happened folks. Look at this folks, this is the next stand round. Norman F. Hogg, Kirriemuir. This looks like a specialised Marston trailer. We're guessing it's for big square bales. And then look, it's got this bedder here as well. You put the bale inside there, then it shreds it up, blasts it into the cattle courts for the cows to like walk about and whatever else folks. Yeah, it's a cool variation of stuff. We're just working our way around. Look at this folks, on site here, they're actually making horseshoes and stuff like that. He's a farrier and he's actually on site here doing it, showing you how it's done with the anvil and the hammer and the furnace. I think some of our ancestors were actually in the blacksmith trade, probably doing that every day. And back in the day when they used horses for farming, this would have been a key thing in the community, the blacksmith. chewing the horses. It's almost like Quick Fit of its era. Look at this, folks, this is the sheep pen. I think the sheep and stuff all get judged in that. The best teams get the prizes. And then obviously whoever's got the best stock, if you win prizes and stuff, your animals are a better pedigree animal. So they'll probably fetch more money when you come to sell that generation of animal.
Reserve. Number 94. Heifer from Simon Howie.
Look at this here, it's getting a feed of broke tatties here, folks. Look at this, what a happy cow. Holy shit, it's kicking off. It's kicking off, watch it. It thought I was about to steal its broke tatties. See that, folks, never trust a wild cow like that. Especially a limousine. Is that a limousine?
I'm pretty sure.
They're a wild breed. Crazy, folks. Crazy scenes. All the Highland cows just down here, but we can't get as near them. That's how we're just recording anything we can when we get a chance, folks. And yeah, it's epic. We love to see the livestock like that. It's cool to see the variation of different animals. Look at this one, folks. These ones are sleeping. Look at that one. That one's sound asleep, folks. All these other ones are chawing their cud. What a cool beast. Happy cows that are chilling. Wow, that's a big one. There's a big one there, folks. This is a cool one here. Look at the size of him. He's a big unit. Some size of an animal, big cool like that, folks. He's just chilling. He's probably feeling the heat on a day like this. He's got the big ring in his nose. I've somehow ended up inside the cow pen now, folks. There's a fair display of different varieties of cow. Right, folks, we found ourselves in the middle of the cow pen here. We're making our escape out the corner gate. Look at these, folks, woolly sheep, curly hair on them. Cool beast, folks. Cool wee animals. Look at those little miniature goats there, they're so cool. So we're now back at the vintage tractor pen, folks. And yeah, I'm just waiting here, walk about, look at some of the cool tractors. Because earlier on when I was here, everybody wasn't actually on the stand at that time in the morning. So now the actual vintage tractor pen started to fill up. And it's crazy to see the variation of old tractors which has arrived today. It's quite cool. So yeah, let's take a walk around. This is of course the Power Major which I brought today, 1959. And then the P6 Major which AKR brought today, which is a 1949 Fordson Major, which we saw probably at the start of the video. You've already seen these two tractors, so let's have a look, see what else is kicking about on the line. Behind us we've got this fine display of wee Fergies. Look at this in here, folks. It's opened up so you can get a rough look, all the details. Look at that, it's in real good condition for its age. The interior. Interesting old tractor there, folks. Some more Fergies. Look at this, it's a Leyland British made tractor right there. Some of the last tractors made in Britain, bought over by Marshall, and then they were yellow in the later years of their existence. Now look at this thing here, folks, an old steam engine. This steam engine was also on display at Glam's Extravaganza, but I don't know if I actually recorded it. It's a John Fowler & Co. Leeds steam engine. Number 17273. And just think, this is what was used for farming and road repairs and all sorts of stuff before modern tractors. Well, before this generation of tractors came. That's the sort of thing they used to use, and I love it with all the big cast iron pieces and all the brass parts polished up. It just looks so special. Yeah, look at this. We've got, what was it? It's a Alice Chalmers. So we'll have a look down this line of tractors here, folks. This Alice Chalmers here is in great condition. And then look at this. This is a big unit here. This is, for its age, this is a high up tractor, quite big. The McCormick. It's a Farmel MD, folks. And look at this cool thing. It's an international diesel crawler. Fair bit of kit. And then check out this unit, folks. This is a cool tractor. Epic. Field Marshall, folks. And the noise that comes off these tractors is special. And then look, here's a Perkins powered diesel Fergie. It'll be a P3 Perkins engine that's in the front of that thing. Some rare wee tractors here, like a Unihorse. So this John Deere here, folks, is 1934. So that's a ripped old bit of kit right there. You didn't see many John Deeres that age. And it's in original condition. '61 McCormick International there, folks. It's in really good condition. And then look, 4-wheel drive. I think it's a Land Rover front axle on the old Fergie. Look at this, folks. Just another one of these big Farmels, Farmel M. This one's in incredible condition. It's been painted up, restored. Yeah, I like the big Farmels, like they're quite a cool tractor. These John Deeres here, folks, they look like they've just come out of the showroom. Incredible condition. It's so cool to see them like that. This is the sort of John Deere that was like brand new when I was young. I remember these things working in the field, and that was like a big tractor of its era. And to see one in this condition is so cool. Like this wee Fergie 135 here, it's got the little Massey Ferguson topper on it. It is interesting to see sometimes when they have implements and that. And then we saw this black Massey Ferguson at the Angus show video, folks. If you've not seen that, you can go back and check it out. And this John Deere here would have been a monster in its day. I believe this also featured in the Angus Show video. Look, it's the old John Deere baler. Yeah, it's cool to see. It's not that like dissimilar from modern balers, but this tractor is cool in the front of it. The big 6-cylinder, non-aspirated engine. It would have been a fair unit in its day. This Fordson and Ford here are in immaculate condition. The paint job on them is incredible. And you can just imagine how these things were brand new turning up at a farm, how impressive they must have looked. I think this is one of the earlier 5000s apparently, because the early ones had these louvers on the side of the bonnet, and then the later ones had a slightly different bonnet. It was smooth with like a sticker on it. It's cool to see it though. That's one of my favourite tractors here. But I like this old International as well. It's a 584. Look, it's got the old quickie loader on it. Yeah, what the character of that's so cool. Each tractor back in those days looked so unique. Yeah, I think that rounds off the vintage tractor walk around, folks. It's been interesting to see all that. It's a cool display for a small local agricultural show. It's a cool display of tractors. Look at this, folks. There's a big class tractor here on the seller's stand at the show. They've got a Lemken ferret spreader. I've never heard of this company here. A Triolite. Looks like I'm for mixing up the feed for the animals there. Cool, so folks, we're just taking it all in, every stand. We're still to visit the best stand of the show yet though, folks, the New Holland stand. Look at this, folks, Kirriemuir Show 2022. AKR's got in third prize here on the P6 Major. So shout out AKR. What do you think about getting the third prize here?
I'm very excited.
Very excited.
Yeah, that's great.
There we go, great.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good to see, folks.
Yeah.
The originality of a tractor like that is often kind of a special thing, considering the age of it. Little vintage bruiser there, folks. Bruising up the seat there. You still get big versions of that machine on farms now, and they're like a massive trailer sized item. This is a Lister F engine here, folks, and it's like we found an engine in a shed. One of my adventures, there was an engine like that in a shed powering a water pump for a farm. So that gives you an idea of what those engines could have been used for. Sometimes on farms they were powering water pumps, bruisers, anything. This one's getting some running repairs. That's the joy of vintage engines at shows, folks. Sometimes you have to maintain them. And this engine here is a Woolsley. But there's a cool variation of stuff here, folks. There's even a stone crushing device down here. This is epic. Look at that, folks. That's how gravel's made out of big stones. Look at this, folks. It's an old threshing mill. R.J. Garvey and Sons threshing mill. And this is basically like half a combine. You can imagine like a combine cuts it and puts it in, but also this is the same style of it knocks the grain off the straw. And then obviously back in these days it put it into these bags, whereas nowadays the combine puts it into the tank. But yeah, it's a similar thing. It's no change really the system, it's just it's gotten bigger and it's been improved upon. But yeah, there we go, folks, that's the vintage engine section of the show this year. I've still not been round to record the New Hollands because the stand is quite busy, and we're always respectful, folks, when we're out here vlogging. we're just recording things when we can, when we get a chance. Look at this, folks, the #1 stand at Kirriemuir Show this year, the New Holland stand. Agricar 4x4. It's my favourite tractors around here, the New Hollands, and just check them out. It's an incredible display, the tractors are looking so well. This is the dynamic command here. And yeah, it looks different. It's got different bonnet decals compared to some of the other New Hollands. That is epic though, folks. Look at this. Look at this, folks. This is the interior of the New Holland tractor here that's available. And just take a look at all these levers and stuff like that. People look at one of these and they get a fright at the amount of buttons and switches and controls. And just check it out. Let's go through what we've got here. Rear PTO speed selection, hydraulic spool controls for all your couplings and stuff at the back, controlling your machines. And then on here you've got a lot of settings for your 4-wheel drive, engine rev settings. You can preset like revs for machines, so when you go into the field you just click the button, boom, and the tractor starts going at the right revs, stuff like that. But yeah, look at this, folks. This is your display of gears here. Let's put the ignition on. Here we go, look, ignition on, look, brand new, only 1.6 hours on this one. Look at that, there's your display of gears, folks. And yeah, I think this is actually, let me see, a dynamic command, which is like the latest New Holland transmission available. It's like a cross between a variable and like a range command, so it's, you can get the option of both different types of transmission. It's got so many different settings, folks. And yeah, all these levers, it's just incredible. There's the controls for the lift, the rear lift, draft control, front linkage. Nowadays, look, all this is fully adjustable for the driver. This is your hand throttle, forward reverse shuttle, folks. It's cool to have the lowdown on the New Holland tractors. This is the sort of thing that I see every day, but I don't get to share it with the YouTube. But yeah, it's epic. And I think, for what I've seen, this is my favourite agricultural stand at the show. Once again, it was the same at Angus show, but it's cool to see the New Hollands and in-depth. A tractor like this, it's a real good bit of kit, and it's like the modern version of like the Fordson Major that I've brought to the show today. This would be like the modern equivalent of it. And it's often crazy to compare this and imagine the Fordson when it was this new and how impressed folk must have been with it back in the day. But also with the tractors nowadays, you've got all the comforts, air conditioning, radio, like digital radio and stuff like that. So the stations is just like unlimited. Back in the day you were lucky to even hit a cab over your head on the rainy cold days. But wow, it's so cool. Love the smell of like a new vehicle. And look at this one, the covers are still on it. But yeah, that's all the basic controls, folks. And then there is 4 different pedals here. You've obviously got your brakes, clutch and accelerator, but this is actually an exhaust brake, which is good for like holding back heavy loads on hill descents and that, wearing out your tractor brakes. So there you go, folks. I was actually enjoying that cold air which was blowing out the air conditioning system there. Yeah, that was nice of them to let me into the tractor, folks. Shout out everybody at Agricar. Yeah, I hope everybody came to the show here to see the stand. It is cool. There we go, folks. Well, I don't know if they're wanting it locked, I'll see. So this tractor here, folks, it's a 6-cylinder, it's a T6 180, and it'll be roughly about 160 horse, I believe, and I think it boosts up to about the 180 mark. It's hard to keep up with all the model numbers on a lot of the modern tractors because they change regularly. They're always updating and changing things and tweaking designs just to make it better. Yeah, more economical. Look at this, folks. Agricar's got this Hustler bale unwinder here, and it's unique. Well, it's a good thing to use because the way it unwinds the bale, it doesn't just put a big chunk of bale that the animals hit a rip at. And you can also put other things in here as well as a bale to mix it in to the feed. You can throw nates and stuff in there or anything. But also you can break bales up with this to put in your feeder, so it all mixes better and it's better nutrition for the animals. But yeah, it's a good bit of kit. There's a good few options as well for putting onto the machine, onto your front of your forklift or tractor or whatever. So it's hydraulically powered, hydraulic motor. So this is the next thing on the Agricar stand, folks. It's a Pro Rotor 450 rake, and look at it, it's a quality bit of machine. I love the colour of the New Holland equipment with the blue and the yellow, and if you have a full New Holland yoke with a full setup, it looks so well on the farm, folks. And this looks like a good quality bit of kit. Epic. So there we go, that's Agricar. My favourite stand here at the show. And yeah, this is the sort of thing that I fix every day of the week, folks. If you're ever wondering what BKR does during the week when he's not doing YouTube, I'm basically taking these things apart, putting them together, and just maintaining them. And that's it. New Holland for you folks. So yeah, let's see what else we've got at the show here, because there's so much to see. I'm just taking in a general kind of overview of the show here. Look at this, folks. This is the craft tent here at the show. It's got loads of random items, including pictures, look. This is all pictures of the local area here. Watercolours by Alan Finn Kelsey. Yes, folks. It's cool just to see the variation of stuff in here. It's all mostly like craft items, so jam and stuff like that, pictures. So we just had a brief little quick walk about in there, folks. It's quite busy. It's not easy to record when there's people obviously looking at the stalls and stuff. We're always respectful of that when we're out here making these videos. Looks like the boys are getting the steam engine fired up again, heated up. There's a lot of rake coming out of the lum. Wow, the temperatures are just absolutely incredible today, folks. Look at this, folks. This is the old field marshal way to start. There's a few different things you have to do to get one of these fired up. The first thing is we're going to put the bit of burning paper in the front to warm up the cylinder, the gases and the air going into the cylinder. That's what this little bit of paper is here that he's putting in at the front. Look at that, folks, the burning bit of paper there goes into the front of the cylinder. So now the warm air from that bit of paper is going up. There you go, folks. What an epic bit of kit. Wow, that's one of my favourite tractors here in the vintage section. Totally epic. That's how difficult it was to start things back in the day. Right, folks, we're now heading to the ring. We've got the Power Major fired up and we're heading to the ring for the ring parade. And I'm going to follow around this cool old field marshal that we just saw starting. Look at that. What a cool exhaust note off an old thing like that. So many tractors, folks, they're still coming into the ring. prize winners of the tractors lined up here in the middle of the ring. And I think once we get going, we're about to head out of the ring here. That's us now out of the ring, folks. We're heading back into the tractor pen. It was cool to hear the note of that field marshal as I was coming round behind it. Totally epic, folks. Now I'm just away to go and put the tractor back on its stand. Look at this, folks, there's a boy going round in a cage covered in oil. That's what you call a blackening. In this country it's traditional, if somebody's getting married they get a blackening, which means they get put in a cage and covered with burst oil against their will. And that's basically what we're witnessing here. He's going round and round in the ring in the cage. Crazy, folks. We didn't get a close-up because I wasn't quick enough over at the ringside. There we go, folks. There's actually like musical cars, they call it. That's probably the worst time for copyright music getting played, eh? But me and AKR's just chilling here at the vintage tractors. Most people's away now. Look at this, folks. The show field is starting to clear. So yeah, we'll be heading out here anytime now. There we go, folks. We're heading out of the heart of the farming action once again. Kirriemuir Show 2022. It's been a cool adventure. I wouldn't say it's been epic, but I just say everything's been epic, don't I? So yeah, what an amazing day. What an amazing turnout of vintage vehicles. Yeah, shout out to everybody that came to the Kirriemuir Show this year. What an amazing event. Yeah, we're about to head on out. So there we go then, folks. That's been the Kirriemuir Show 2022, and it was cool when I came through Kirrie to see the happiness on everyone's faces when the old tractors were rolling by. But I'm going to end this one here, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Like I say, it's been a cool adventure going to the show. It's been cool to see that variation of agricultural stuff, and once again it's been cool to get the Fordson Power Major out for a hurl. And it's good to keep the old mechanical side of things going like that. And yeah, epic, folks. Anyway, goodbye for me. AKR Channel Historian's not here for the outro, folks, but shout out to him. Goodbye for him probably too. And yeah, I'll end it here. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you soon.